This is KUGAN CASSIUS for Apple TV in association with Macklin's Gym Marbella. We're in Dusseldorf here. Just had the press conference earlier on for Klitschko Fury, the final one. With me I've got promoter Mick Hennessy. I think it's the first time I've ever seen you in a tracksuit, Mick.
Yeah, they've sorted me out, haven't they, on this trip?
Always in a suit, Mick. And
yeah, no, I see all the boys all nice and relaxed, and I was feeling a bit uncomfortable, so now I'm
tracksuited up.
I feel like a big set of pyjamas on me. So Shane's idea. Shane sorted me out.
Shane's one. Is that your actual tracksuit? Yeah. Well, that press conference was kind of so-so until it turned into the Mick and Boente show.
Unfortunately, I had no choice today. So,
Mick, just to clarify, obviously, you know, Boente didn't really want that the glove situation being discussed, shall we say, in the press conference, but you felt that it needed to be addressed?
It just came up. I mean, it's obviously there was a lot of talk about it, and it came up, and when I heard his response, I wasn't happy with it, so I had to address it.
Just to obviously backtrack a little a bit about it. So it was 5 weeks ago that it was first discussed about the gloves, and
no, I mean, for one, what you got to realise is that we've already had a date, October 24th. There was a postponement.
Right. Yeah. Of course.
So a 5 week period kind of, you know, went over the first date, part of the second date, but I think the first time it was mentioned was probably about 3 weeks ago, and the reason for that is that, you know, we agreed to wear Paffin gloves. Tyson tried his utmost to get used to the gloves by wearing them in training. He thought the more he wears them, the more his hands will get used to the actual gloves, and just, you know, his persistence around them was, you know, was no good in the end, because he kept hurting his thumb, and that's no good to anyone. As I said at the press conference, he hurt his thumb a couple of times, but he certainly, you know, unlike Klitschko, he didn't pull the event. So, you know, we had to sort it out, and we spoke to K2, and they gave us Paffin's number. We tried ringing him for a week. He never come back. Basically left a message for him, and then you know, Lee hit him with an email, put him in touch with Tyson. Tyson spoke direct, explained the problem, explained what it was doing to his thumb, and the guy at Paffin, Oliver, said, okay, no problem, I'll send you 2 pairs of gloves to try and let me know which ones are suitable, which he did. Tyson, one of the pairs, loved them, got on the phone, said, great, these are fantastic. He said, all right, no problem, we'll get them sorted. That was that. We thought job done. You know, we was all happy, and the next thing we get an email saying that hopefully we'll get it done for the fight, which is, if you know, it's not the sort of language you need in a super fight like this in the heavyweight division. And you know, if you take no note of hopefully, then the alternative is wearing Paffin gloves where he gets injured, and you know, that's not acceptable, because at the end of the day, no one wants Tyson to bang his hand up with the first few punches he throws. It's not in the fans' interest, it's not in the broadcasters' interest, it's not in the fighters' interest, it's not in any of our interests. So this is what the issue is. We just want a level playing field. We want a pair of gloves that are not going to, you know, they're not ill-fitting gloves, and they're not going to, you know, harm Tyson's hands in any way, shape or form. And you know, we believe, we deal with glove manufacturers all around the world, and we know how quick they can turn gloves around. So when we're giving this sort of language in an email, we're not happy about it, because in our eyes it's very unprofessional.
So are you confident Friday there won't be any more issue regarding the gloves now, that Paffin will have sent the suitable gloves for Tyson, and that'll be the end of it?
I think Paffin as a company will deliver what they promised, because they sent the gloves to Tyson to see if they was okay. Tyson received the gloves, tried them on, and said, yes, great, I'll accept them. So
And how long ago was that again?
that was a few weeks ago.
Right.
So at least, I think in total probably about 3 weeks before the fight. So, so basically, as far as we're concerned, that's it. That's it done. They sent the gloves. Tyson accepted the gloves. We should have those gloves.
So Friday at the rules meeting, obviously this will have to be sorted out by then anyway, won't it?
Well, you know, look, Paffen, I understand they're supposed to be an excellent company, but they've got to do the right thing by Tyson Fury. So he's not accepting ill-fitting gloves. The Boxing Board of Control will not accept ill-fitting gloves. I would be very surprised if the German board accepts gloves that aren't suitable for Tyson. So this needs to be sorted before. It should never come down to the rules meeting. It should never come down to that. It needs to be sorted long before then. And we are constantly sending mail to Paffen at the moment.
Just finally, hypothetically, if there was a situation where Tyson didn't get his gloves on Friday,
Yeah.
what position would you be in then?
Well, we're going to have to sort of like pick a selection of other gloves, because he's not going to wear the gloves that were sent to him in the very first place. Them gloves are unacceptable. He will get injured with those gloves. He will accept the Paffen gloves that were sent to him second. The second time, he'll accept them. He's already said that. But if Paffen can't deliver on the gloves that they promised to him, then they're going to have to go to another manufacturer. And that will be, the sanctioning bodies will have to, under health and safety, will have to, get him a pair of gloves that are acceptable. Tyson's not sponsored by any glove manufacturer, and he's not looking to wear any particular brand of glove. He just wants a glove that's comfortable and is not going to damage his hands. And if Paffen can provide that, which they did, and now they're saying they don't know whether they can follow up on it, don't make sense, any of it. None of it makes sense, to be fair.
Well, hopefully it is resolved by Friday.
It's just such a small, irrelevant thing that should never have come about, because we deal with glove manufacturers all year round, and this just doesn't happen.
Okay. I know you were listening into Tyson's interview with me earlier on and taking a little trip down memory lane. And it's quite interesting actually. Like, the interview won't be out till tomorrow, but he sort of spoke for about 10 minutes about your whole journey with him and how it all started and to where you are today. So what do you think when you listen to that?
Yeah, it brings back great memories, to be fair. It's, that's the stuff in Ireland he told you about was brilliant. There was one time before that actually where we all got together. We met up in his old amateur gym, and John took us out with the family. We all went out for something to eat, and I think I got there sort of like in the afternoon, watched him spar, and I left them probably, I think it must have been about 3-4 in the morning, and we had such a good crack, such a laugh talking, and I come away from there like with a real good feeling, and I knew it was something I wanted to do. And then we met up in Ireland, and Tyson, I know he touched on it earlier, but he didn't give himself enough credit really. He was 5 months after the ABAs. He must have put on 5 stone. He was nowhere near fit, and he'd done a job on a proper quality fighter in Mike Perez. Really did, and I just knew. I looked how out of shape he was, and how he gritted his teeth and what he actually achieved and what he'd done, and I thought this kid's special. And plus, the character that went with it, he was larger than life, and it was just a lot of fun, and got a good feeling from it. And I just thought I want to, this is what I've been looking for really.
The story of you and Tyson does go to show that there can be loyalty in boxing, and it's a two-way street. I'm not just saying just for Tyson sticking with you, but you were also sticking with Tyson when we know we live in this boxing world where things happen and people jump ship all the time, and grass is always greener on the other side. And
Yeah.
but it hasn't been like that with you and Tyson, is it?
It's never come into it. I mean, there's been plenty of, you know, I mean, I'm a loyal character, and you know, when you're coming through with fighters, there's so much negativity. People always find things to be negative about. I mean, I've had it with a lot of the top fighters I've had. Fighters that they've been going mad about over the last couple of years. The negativity I was getting coming through was ridiculous. But you know, I had that with Tyson as well. Just bullshit comments and people, you know, slagging and playing down and, oh, but he does this and he does that and he's not in condition. He's like, they just don't see the bigger picture. And you know, I've had all that to contend with, and you know, Tyson knows that better than anyone. He knows the game. He's smart. He's clever. He knows. You know, a lot of people didn't want him to see him succeed early doors. There was a lot of people against him. He knows that, and you know, it's like you say, it has to be a two-way street. And you know, Tyson, when the time come to show his mettle, he showed it in a big way. I mean, look, some fighters, you know, sort of like just go through and, you know, sort of like is slowly average. But Tyson, at that stage, when I lost the ITV deal, he was a really wanted fighter. He was heavyweight. He had a lot of terrestrial exposure. He was knocking everyone out. Everyone wanted him in a big way, and he knew the situation I was in. I told him straight, you know. And he basically, you know, I'll never forget it, because he laughed about it, put his arm around me and said, you know, you believed in me when I turned pro, and gave me the deal that I wanted when others didn't. And he actually said, I don't care what we've got to go through together, how hard it's going to be. If I have to fight for nothing, I will fight for nothing. He said, but we're going to finish this together. And that really, at the time, was what I needed to carry on, because I was sick of the sport. I'd had enough. I didn't like the sport. I didn't like a lot of the people in it. And that's what kept me in boxing, to be fair, because I'd been let down that badly. So yeah, it's a great story, and that's why it means so much to all of us now. It means so much because we've been on the roller coaster together. We've had the ups and downs, and we haven't listened to the shit people blowing in each other's ears, saying things. We haven't listened to any of that. We've just been loyal to each other as a team, all of us, the whole team. So it's kind of like, you know, it's very satisfying to be here, and you can tell just being around us, we're all close, all of us.
It's interesting. Like I said, it is the fury, euphoria. There's something within the camp, I suppose. You'd have to be around it or in it to know, to appreciate what it is, and people on the outside will get snippets of it. But you know, come Saturday night, as Tyson's dad keeps saying, a destiny could be fulfilled.
Definitely. I mean, since I very first see Tyson spar in Manchester, and then I see him in camp in Ireland in 2008, I felt that this was his destiny. I really did, and I know the whole team. Everyone's always believed that with Tyson, because if you spend a lot of time with him and you go around the world with him, and you go in different gyms with him and you see what he does with top heavyweights and the ease with what he does it, you know, you would get very excited. People haven't scratched the surface with Tyson. It's hard for him to get motivated, but Klitschko motivates him, and I can't wait to see. You know, I can't wait to see him in the biggest arena of all, with the best fighter on the planet, because I know that's where he wants to be, and I know that's where he's going to show the best of him.
All right, Mick. Listen, thanks for giving us a little bit of your time tonight. and we've got a public workout tomorrow, and then nothing Thursday, Friday weigh-in, Saturday night.
Yeah,
It's on.
definitely. And just on that thing Tyson touched on earlier when he was talking about the Jerry Maguire thing, you know, the quote in there was where the guy said to Jerry Maguire, my handshake's stronger than oak, and it wasn't. It was nothing of the sort. Tyson's was stronger than oak, and mine too. So it's brilliant. It's what, you know. It gives you faith in life, people, sport, everything. And as I say, that was the thing that kept me going in this sport. And I'll always be grateful to Tyson for that.
All right, Mick. Thanks for talking to us, and I'm sure we'll catch up with you in the week again.
Cheers, KUGAN.
KUGAN, CASSIUS, Mick Hennessy, IFL TV. Thank you very much.